It takes forever. Because I have to stop it, I have to annotate it, so I have to stop and make comments. And take stuff out and, oh, it takes forever. Anyway, I'm going to take roll. We're going to start today with a quick write. So I just want you to write in your journals. Does anyone not have a journal? Okay. What's your journal? What's that? Sure. Where's the Sharpie? You still using it? Okay, when you're done, we'll get you a Sharpie. You can put your name on there. So I'm just going to have you write what you did on your day off yesterday. You can leave out the illegal activity. But if you went to a movie or hung out with your nieces and nephews, whatever you did, just write a paragraph or two about what you did yesterday. Yeah. Okay, so, Joseph? That over here? Oh, okay. Lisa? Alondra? Jessica? Osvaldo C? Oh, okay. Okay, Marcos is here. Felipe? Okay. Edward, I saw. Gabriel C. Hi, I think he went down to get something to eat. I thought he was here. Oh, you missed. I am videotaping myself. But, it's for my school.
Have a good morning.
Okay, Rihanna's here. Isabel, I do not see. Oscar, not here. Tyler's not here. Jacob, here. Belen, Gabriel M. Oh. Had a brain fart. Pyro's here. Patrick, here. Cecilia's here. Cindy, here. Manuel. Paula, here. Oops, I marked Cecilia here. She's not here. Cecilia P. Okay, Cynthia, not here. Yanira's here. Umberto is not here. Karen, no. Javier, I've met. Where's Javier? Okay. Jose T. Maya's here. Anthony. Okay, so I'm going to run through the names of the students who I say are absent real quick. If you hear your name, you need to sing out, but this is who I say is not here. Julissa, Alondra, Jessica, Gabriel C., Isabel, Oscar, Tyler, Belen, Cecilia, Manuel, Cynthia, Umberto, Manuel R. You're here, okay. That's why I do it. Huh? I already asked. Karen is not here.
Did you call me, Miss Mom?
Nah.
I
got fourth period too.
Yeah, I got you.
I did too.
Well, I'm gonna write it in fourth.
I need to get some pens.
Is your Sharpie, Miss Mom?
Maya's got it right now. Okay, so first thing you should be doing is doing your quick write. I'll give you about 5 minutes to do that, and then you'll put it away. I'm going to check your journals. I'll probably go through and check them tomorrow. So I'm going to check off this, and I think we had 2 other small things we did the previous days.
No.
Just one.
Just one?
Just one? Okay.
The workforce, like, shit.
that essay thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
What we need.
Okay, if you did it on a Chromebook, then you should mail it to me, email it to me. That's
What
fine.
What did we do today?
It was that short essay about the changing workforce.
When was that?
On Tuesday.
I think he's
No, it wasn't Monday.
I think he was new to the class.
Monday, but some students did it on
I think
Tuesday.
he's new to the class.
Right. So if you're new to the class, you're gonna have to catch up. It's not that much, but you will. All the assignments are on the Google Classroom for this class. Okay. When you're done with this, you'll get a Chromebook, and we will start the assignment for today. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next activity. Excuse me. So the next thing I want you to do is on the bottom of, there's 4 different attachments on that lesson, and the bottom one is a map of Tanzania. Can you click on there?
Be happy.
Okay. You guys know where Tanzania is?
What?
Tanzania. This is a story about, it takes place in Tanzania. So look up Tanzania. What I did is I looked it up and then I just kept clicking out until I got perspective as to where it was. So Tanzania is a country. It's a country where though?
In Africa.
It's in Africa. Right. I have another student using my computer right now. East Africa, you said? Nice. Narrow it down. Okay. Do you know anything about Tanzania?
That's our world country.
It is a third world country. Right, so what does that mean?
Not a lot you can do.
What beyond that? Is it a wealthy country? Is it
No.
like the United States?
They're poor.
No.
Well, it's not the best wealth in this area.
Yeah? Okay. Yeah, it's poor. So this story is, this story that I gave everybody, it's written by somebody who's a volunteer for the Peace Corps. And it's about, so the title of the story is A Day in the Life of a Small African Village. It's about his experiences there. So what we're going to do is read this story, and our end product is going to be a comparison, contrast essay. So what I want you to do, we're just going to take it in chunks. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to read this story, and as we read this story, I suggest you underline or highlight. I have some highlighters. I've got more coming. Highlight things that stand out to you that are different about this village than your life, than what you experience. This guy is a school teacher, so he's going to talk about being at the school and living there. And so I want you to focus on what is different about his experience than your day-to-day life where you live. Okay? Everybody get that? And what you're gonna do at the end of today is that you're gonna have a list of things that are different. And that's gonna be the start. Oh, I forgot to hand you guys the graphic organizer. That's gonna be the start of your organization for your essay.
With the Venn diagram?
Yeah. Dante, you want to help me hand these out? Sorry, now I'm having you multitask. Huh?
I got you.
Okay.
I got you.
So on one. Oh. Anybody not have the story? Okay. So you're gonna write things. There's things that are similar and things that are different. My suggestion is to pick a side and start jotting down. But the way I did it is I highlighted in the story, and then I could go through and just write down some of the differences. And we'll see how far we get. Don't stress about what's due today or not due today. This is a process, okay?
Wait, so that was similar to us, right?
What's different.
To us?
Right.
I thought we were gonna read this.
We are going to read it.
Okay, now.
But as we're reading it, you can highlight or underline or whatever. The things that kind of stand out to you as things that are different. Okay, does anyone
Want to read?
want to read?
I got you.
Normally I would have you also underline, and I do this as a practice when I read, even today. A lot of times when I read, even a novel, I have a pen in my hand. I'm really nerdy that way, and I underline words I don't know and I look them up. But in this story, I don't think there's really going to be very many words that you don't know. There are some words that are, I don't know if this language is Tanzanian, but they're not our language. But he sort of explains by the context what they are. So we'll talk about that. Yes?
I know how to say good evening in their language now.
Very good deductive reasoning. Okay, so, Hyro, how did you know how to say good evening in their language?
It only says it right there.
But it doesn't come out and say that this is how you say good evening.
No, but it has it in italic, is it italic?
Italics, yeah.
Italic, and then it has the punctuation right after.
Right, so by the way, this very first line is Habari za Jayan. Habari za Jayan, and then he says good evening. So, Hyro's saying, I think just by the way that's written, that means good evening. Who agrees with that logic?
So,
Anybody agree with that?
Thing that's different? They speak it differently.
Right? You can write that down. Who agrees with Hyro's logic on that? Nobody? Oh, come on, you guys. This is going to be a long 6 weeks if this is how we are.
So good, I'll participate on behalf of everybody else.
I agree with Hyro's logic. I think that means good evening. So, go ahead and start reading. If you like. Oh, I thought you wanted to read. All right, go ahead.
Alright, I don't know how to really say it. I'm not going to make a fool out of myself, but good evening. I've been sitting at my desk and typing into my laptop about all the things that have happened to me today. I keep my journal and all my experiences in a piece of board so I can remember when I go home. My name is Richard Insky, and I'm a biology teacher and a school health educator in a small village in Indonesia. There's about 7,000 people in my village. Our secondary school campus where I live is next to a big highway. From my house I can hear big trucks driving up and down the road. The village is in the center of Indonesia between the capital city,
Dodoma.
another big town called
Morogoro.
Let me tell you about my day today.
Okay, so let's stop for a second.
Here's the one, comparison from here to over there is, they got big trucks, we got big trucks over here.
That's exactly what I was going to ask, and that was exactly what I was looking for in an answer. So we're looking for differences. So far, I'm like, there's not. I mean, he says there's 7,000 people in my village. You guys don't live in a village. You live in a major city. Do you know how much? You know what the population is in San Jose?
1 million.
Bingo, Maya. We have 1 million people here now. That is crazy. No wonder we have such bad traffic. So there's a difference.
No, people just don't know how to park one.
4.3 in all California.
That could be right. I don't actually know. That sounds like that could be right.
Yeah, it's 4.3.
Oh wow. Okay.
There's actually more people in the state than a lot of states put together.
Do you know why that is? Why is our population in California so big?
It's the most population.
It's growing. Because we got a lot of resources.
We're the most economical.
We got agriculture, technology,
Jobs. It's jobs.
the agriculture.
And I think
We
people like to
produce-
live here because the weather's nice.
And we go.
So
we go
people want to live here. You know, in most places in the United States, there's 4 seasons. It rains, it snows, it's crazy weather. We don't really have that here, and people like not having to deal with that, which drives up our markets. So everything is more expensive. It's a whole supply and demand thing here. There's less. We all have to share
I
less,
don't
right? Hmm?
I'm kidding.
For more cost.
Exactly. Exactly.
Very good.
So there's a difference is the population, and as Hyro pointed out, there's a similarity. Him hearing, I wouldn't expect him to hear, like when I think of a village in Tanzania, I don't think about trucks barreling down the road, but he's saying, so that's interesting. Anybody else want to read? You want to continue?
The day started very early in the morning when it was still dark outside. I was sound asleep,
It's nestled.
nestled warmly in my bed with my sleeping bag tied around me. A student came outside of the storm just before 6 o'clock and walked across the school campus. He stood looking at a large tree. The rusty rim from a truck wheel hung from a limb.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly, I heard a metallic clean echo loudly in my ear. The boy was striking the rim with a metal bolt, telling the students and teachers it was time to wake up. After the bell, I tried to go back to sleep for a few minutes, but the roosters wouldn't let me. They kept crowing cock-a-doodle-doo over and over right outside my window. Well, there was no going back to sleep for me. I opened my eyes and found myself inside a big
Chandalua.
a large square net that acts like a big fort. At night, it keeps me from being bitten by mosquitoes called mbu and other bugs called water doos. I don't know. I climbed through the opening of my
That needs to be doing that.
kind of cool, and then went to open my chicken coop. 3 of my
Cuckoo.
whom I named Larry, Flo, and Shirley, raced out and hungrily pecked the ground for seeds and water. This morning air was fresh and cold as the sun's rays broke through the banana trees behind the house.
Story.
Well, we know they got roosters over there.
They've got roosters.
Banana trees here.
Huh?
There's really many banana trees here.
Oh, banana trees. I didn't even notice that. Okay, got distracted. Yeah.
There isn't really any.
Not around here, huh?
Yeah.
Where's the closest banana tree, do you think? To us?
Around here? Well, I mean,
I
somebody
think like Hawaii. I don't know. How close?
probably some Mexican has some in the backyard or something.
I don't know if they grow here.
No?
I don't think they grow here.
You could grow anything anywhere.
Yeah, you just have to have the right temperature. You can have it inside it.
You just gotta have that green thumb.
It was 39 degrees. My cell phone told me it was 39 degrees this morning when I was getting ready. Oh. Okay.
You know, I didn't want to wrap myself in a blanket this morning.
You did not want to unwrap yourself?
No, because
No, I didn't want to
I
either.
stretched out one of my feet like I was cold there, and I put it back in.
No, it's cold.
And then
Oh, you didn't put you in the pool and you forgot to go to it, yeah. That's just it.
Okay. Anybody else want to read?
Alright, are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
All the students and teachers must have attended a morning assembly every day. Students who do not live on school roads ride bicycles from their homes. The older students wore green and white uniforms. Younger students wore maroon and white uniforms. They sang the community national anthem on Monday mornings. It was nice to hear all 250 beautiful voices sing as their black, blue, green, and yellow flags rose up the flagpole. After the singing, Mr. Hayes, then the school principal, who we called the headmaster, made his morning announcement. Today he had the students today he had the students, they must study hard for the upcoming exams.
Okay, so there's a lot of differences there, right? What are some of the differences that you noticed
The
in how they do school?
black, blue, green, and yellow flags. We only got red, white, and blue.
Right, the flag,
We don't call it principals headmasters, we call it principals principal.
right? Every morning they must attend a morning assembly every day.
We don't do that.
How about, how many of you ride your bikes?
We don't live in school.
We don't live at school. A lot of them live at school.
But there's places that we do.
And we
that
study
do
for,
not
we don't
have to
study.
live at school.
I think we're talking
I feel
about
that
us.
we do
though.
have places that you can live on campus.
In high school?
Yeah, but are we talking in comparison to us or?
Something like that.
Oh, CCC? Yeah, it's you.
That's true.
Oh, okay.
Job
I didn't even
proof.
know about that. Okay, but it's unusual, right? Like, sounds like it's pretty typical here. They have specific uniforms. We have a dress code here, but not a specific uniform. I know San Jose Unified, they kind of have uniforms, I think. But these are very specific.
Are we talking in comparison to our school or to other schools?
You
To
can
all
either
the-
compare this school or other schools that you've attended, but it should be secondary school as in high school. Just to keep it kind of a narrow focus. They sing the national anthem in regular high schools. We don't do the Pledge of Allegiance in this school, but do they do the Pledge of Allegiance in other high schools you went to? Did they do the Pledge of
No,
Allegiance?
mostly
Yeah.
elementary.
Elementary school,
Oh,
they
yeah,
do
oh,
it.
Grove,
They
they
used to do that shit.
Oh, Grove be having you do that?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, they do that shit every day.
They make you stand up.
Every morning.
In most high schools I've taught at, they don't do it.
No, no, Grove do that shit every
Yeah.
day. Faithful.
They do it in
Stand out your seat and stand like this. That's doing too fucking much.
I think they do it. I do it in my son's middle school, I know that, but I not the high
They
school.
still do it.
Alright, so
They do it in middle
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're gonna keep reading. We're gonna read like another couple paragraphs, and then we're gonna break for today.
okay.
Go ahead.
After the assembly walks to the staff room where all the teachers work when they are not teaching classes.
You don't even know what this
If
is. It's from the game.
easier, the students stay in one classroom throughout the day. The teachers move around to teach different classes in the staff room. I greet all the teachers by saying.
Habariza
What is that?
Azuba.
That means- It means good morning. It is important here to greet other people when you meet them because it shows them you.
Let's stop there. And hang on to this stuff. We'll pick this up when we come
Back
tomorrow. If you borrowed a highlighter, put it back so I have it for other classes. Put your Chromebooks away. You can keep that.
Where's the notebook?
You can either keep it or you can leave it here. If you leave it here, put it back.
So yeah, or what?
Over there on the left, there's some other notebooks right back there. Boom. No, I'm just kidding. Enough of that.